All right, so I've been seeing a lot of people saying like, "Oh my gosh, delete the dating apps, get off the dating apps, go approach in person, this, that." Now, as far as in person approaching, I guess I do it because of choosing signals and stuff like that. But I don't really count it as that because I don't go out like a lot of people go out and they're like, okay, I'm gonna pick up chicks. I've never done that before. I've never gone out and be like, okay, I'm gonna pick up chicks, and then be like, here's my pickup line. I'm gonna talk to her. I don't do that dumbass shit. So like usually when I talk to a chick in person, they're choosing, they're just choosing, and then I'll be like, hey, what's up, or using that machine or some shit like that, or it'll be at the grocery store. I'll be like, get the fuck out the way. I need to get that fucking thing right there. Like literally, I swear to God, and it always works, bro. But that's like the in person shit. But a lot of people are like, they delete dating apps, do this, do that. Here's the thing, you can delete dating apps, bro, but the chicks aren't going to. All right. Let's keep it a buck, bro. Like these chicks be saying they're deleting dating apps. They might delete some of them. They're not deleting all of them, bro. Here's the thing: most chicks have sugar daddy dating app, bro. All right, they have Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, BLK, shit like that. If they delete all of those apps, they still have the biggest one, which is Instagram/Facebook and TikTok. Those are the biggest dating apps. But then they also have the biggest cheating app, which is Snapchat. So it's like all chicks have that shit, bro. All chicks, literally, bro. I don't care what any chick says. All chicks have that shit. If they don't have an official profile, they have a Finster or some shit like that. And there's apps. There's like a website you can go on to watch someone's story without being seen, and a lot of chicks do that, right? Who did I learn that from? Chicks, bro, because they know how to do that shit. Or they just go on their friends' Instagram and they look at your profile and shit like that. Because I'll meet some chicks, right? And I'll meet a chick off of I'll meet her off Instagram or like a dating app or TikTok, and then it was a chick I met off TikTok one time, right? And then she was like, "Yeah, I've been watching your Insta story," and I'm like, "I don't even follow her on Instagram." She's like, "Oh well, yeah, I was using my friend's Instagram because she follows you." I was like, "What?" Like that shit, it's crazy like that, bro. Shit's crazy like that. But chicks are never gonna delete the Instagram and TikTok. They get too much attention on that shit. Like there's even a trend going on TikTok right now where it's like dudes will say some shit like, "Hey man, I don't know what snow bunnies look like. I'm a visual learner." So literally, chicks will literally post their bodies in the comments because they want attention. Like they're never deleting the apps because they want attention. All right, and you gotta realize, I know most dudes are like, yo, I just want to settle down. I just want one chick. I just want an old school chick. I just wanted this. We live in different times, bro. Like most chicks, their favorite movie is some shit like the fucking Notebook, bro, or Forrest Gump, where the bitch gave him AIDS, bro. Like their favorite movies where some niggas like where the woman is cheating on niggas and shit. That's their favorite movies. All right, that's fucking ridiculous if you think about it. Like the Notebook is just a bitch that has all. She's dating two niggas and she's going back and forth. Like she's a thought, bro. She's a fucking thought, dude. That's their favorite movie. That's who they're influenced by, and they're reading these romance novels with the soul guy in the front, and they're thinking of that. They're fantasizing about that. But you got to realize, like the market has. I'm just saying this shit as like objective, being objective here. All right, I'm not picking sides, nothing. I'm just being objective. The market has naturally globalized a little bit more than usual. All right, obviously because of social media, because chicks now have access. Like chicks would never have access to Drake like 10 years ago. Right now they have access to Drake. All right, they can get flown out by Drake and shit like that. They never had that before. Now chicks get flown out by celebrities, so they're gonna pick who they want. And social media is showing me that all chicks want the same type of dudes. They want the same type of dudes. All right, they want the same type of motherfucking dudes. And a lot of you guys want shit to go back to the 1950s, but honestly, it's just not going to because now chicks are making their own money and they have more freedom. It's just not going to go back to 1950s. You can either move with the times, or you can reminisce about the past that you're never even fucking part of, so you don't even know what the pros and cons were. It's just not going back to old school. It's not. It is what it is. It's not going back to old school. It's kind of like when people are like, stop doing social media, go get a real job. Well, if social media pays more than a real job, and money is money, then should I do a real job to appease you, and then I get fired from that job, or that job shuts down, and I have no backup plan because I wasn't doing social media? Or should I do a real job and social media? You know what I'm saying? So I have a backup plan, so I can build onto that. You see what I'm saying? It's the same shit. Like I know a lot of people making hella bread off of social media, and I know someone else who's like, hey, you should always have a real job. I don't know why people do social media, and that person's making like fucking 40,000 a year or some shit. You see what I'm saying? So if you do have a real job and you're doing social media, just do both at the same time. Like they're both jobs. They're both fucking full-time jobs. All right. But it's the same thing with the dating market. Like some people are like, nah man, you got a cold approach. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. That same dude, you see what I'm saying, is going to clubs, talking to these chicks, and then these chicks at the club, you know what I'm saying? I'll be up at like 1 a.m. or some shit. Maybe doing some work or some shit, and then they'll hit me up and they'll be like, "Oh my god, you still up?" And then they'll come slide to me or some shit like that. Like chicks are gonna find what they want, whether it's in person or on social media. But it's generally easier to find it on social media because you can. There's a huge variety. You see what I'm saying? There's way huger variety than just in their hometown where there's like three kind of swole dudes. You know what I'm saying? That kind of have aura, but then like on social media they see all these niggas in Miami, maybe Orlando, maybe Texas, maybe Dubai or some shit, and they're more interested in those dudes because those dudes are higher value. So I definitely understand the sentiment of like, I want things to go back to old school. I want women to be this. I want women to be that. But at the same time, man, you gotta focus on what you can control. All right, which is the times are moving pretty quickly, and the dating market is globalizing. But I don't think y'all know this shit. But yo, I've been on the Instagram game shit since 2016, and I've seen the power of it since 2016. Like it's just insane. And most people, like the funny thing is, I would tell, now people believe me more, but I would tell people some shit in like 2018 and they're like, or 2017, and they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about, bro?" I'd be like, "Yo, I got these chicks on Instagram." They're like, "What the fuck are you talking about, bro?" I'm like, "Yo, this chick hit me up on Instagram." They're like, "What are you talking about?" And then when TikTok came out, I mean, the amount of chicks hitting me up on there was crazy. But I would tell people that, and they'd be like, "You can't DM on TikTok." I was like, "There's a DM feature, bro. These chicks really DM me, or they follow me on Instagram." They're like, "Nah." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And then people were like, "Dude, you never go out, bro. How you getting chicks? Dude, you never go out. How do you get chicks?" I'm like, "Bro, they find me, bro. They find me on Instagram, bro. Look at the comment section, and then they DM me, bro. Like it's real shit, bro. Real shit. It really happens." And like a lot of people don't know this shit because they've never experienced it. Now, if you've never experienced something, then it makes sense for why you don't, think it's true. But you got to be fucking open minded and realize like what you guys don't realize is like when a chick is following someone, right? Like she's gonna, if she really likes that dude, she feels like he's not Drake level. He might be in between, but she really likes his physique and his energy and his aura. She's gonna DM him first. So here's the thing: if you approach a chick in person and you get her number and you feel good, you're like, "That's awesome." She's still gonna be DMing someone first on Instagram that same day and sending someone Snapchats, that same day, and she's still probably gonna be, having a maintenance man or some shit like that. So it's just the way it is, man. Like you have to accept reality for what it is instead of trying to change it or bend it. You see what I'm saying? Because genuine desire is gonna be genuine desire, and social media is gonna be super addictive for most chicks. They spend all day on that shit. Here's the thing: most chicks spend most of their time on their phone, like on social media, scrolling, being entertained, looking at different dudes and shit like that. I remember when TikTok first came out, it was me and like 30 other dudes just going like viral. All I saw, even on my own For You page, I would see myself. All I saw was me getting reposted and all these other dudes getting reposted on the For You page. And it was hella chicks. It was like 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 25,000 comments on all of the shit. And best believe they're literally hitting us up on Instagram. All right. It's not just like comments. A lot of you guys think like, "Oh yeah, they're just thirsty. Just let them do what they do." I know a lot of like married dudes used to say like, "Yeah, they're just, you got to let your wife do what she does sometimes. She doesn't mean it." No, they're acting on that shit, bro. It's real, bro. It's real. When a chick comments on something, it's genuine desire, and she's gonna DM you and she's gonna try to set some shit up. Period. All right. So y'all need to realize. I just wanted you guys to realize, like, yeah, you can delete hints and shit like that, and all that shit. But you gotta realize, like, if you are dating, like most chicks are using Instagram, Facebook, um, Snapchat, and TikTok. Like they're using that shit to date. Most of them are. All right. They won't tell you. You probably don't know because it might not have happened to you, but it's that shit's real, bro. Like, yeah, I've dated some chicks out TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram. Well, let me not lie. Most of most of the chicks I dated was off that shit. They hit you up first if they're interested. All right. I know a lot of you guys are like, "Nah, you gotta go in person and earn that shit." You might go up to a chick and she might reject you. That same chick will be in some dude, like I said, the same chick will be in some dude's DM that she's interested in. Or you might go to the chick and get her number and be like, "Yo, I'm making moves." And she might DM someone first. So the ball's in his court. So everything's gonna move faster because of the situation. Anyways, quick little video on like online dating and shit like that. If you guys want to know more about that shit and how to really lock in on that, Discord link is in the description, man. Stay blessed.